The screen is black. Then, a spark. An engine coughs to life. The camera slowly fades into a dusty racetrack somewhere in North Carolina. The air is thick with heat, noise, and anticipation. Cars slide through corners, kicking up dirt as if the earth itself is trying to hold them back. But one car refuses to slow down. And in that moment, long before the world knew his name, a legend was already forming. Dale Earnhardt was born on April 29, 1951, in Kannapolis, North Carolina, a place where life wasn't polished and nothing came easy. It was a town built on labor. People worked hard. They didn't complain. They endured. And in the Earnhardt household, toughness wasn't taught. It was expected. His father, Ralph Earnhardt, was already carving out a name in stock car racing. He wasn't flashy, he didn't chase attention, but on the track, he was relentless. Young Dale didn't grow up dreaming of racing. He grew up inside it. Weekends weren't spent playing. They were spent watching his father battle wheel to wheel with other drivers, learning lessons that couldn't be taught in classrooms. Lessons about fear, about control, about survival, and slowly, those lessons shaped him. School never stood a chance. While other kids memorized lessons, Dale memorized engine sounds. While teachers talked about futures, Dale was already living his. By ninth grade, he made a decision that shocked many. He walked away from school. No backup plan, no safety net, just belief. To the outside world, it looked like failure. But to Dale, it was the beginning. The early years were brutal. There was no spotlight, no money, no guarantees. Dale Earnhardt worked wherever he could, mechanic shops, welding jobs, anything that kept him connected to machines. And when the sun went down, he raced. Small tracks, tight corners, unforgiving competition. Sometimes he didn't even have the best car. Sometimes he barely had a working car. But he had something else. Hunger. Racing at that level wasn't glamorous. It was violent. Cars crashed, tempers flared, wins were rare. And for a long time, Dale was just another driver trying to survive. But there was something different about him. He didn't back down. Not from better drivers. Not from bigger names. Not from danger. If anything, he leaned into it. Then came 1979. The moment everything changed. A chance, small, uncertain, but real. A shot in NASCAR's top division. For many drivers, that opportunity would bring pressure. For Dale, it brought clarity. This was it. What happened next shocked everyone. In 1980, in just his second full season, Dale Earnhardt won the championship. It wasn't supposed to happen that fast. It wasn't supposed to be that easy. But Dale didn't follow expectations. He rewrote them. The message was clear. He wasn't just here to compete. He was here to take over. But success came with a cost. Because the higher you rise, the more people want to see you fall. And for Dale Earnhardt, the real battle was just beginning. The sound of engines returns. Louder, faster, more aggressive. The camera cuts to packed stadiums, roaring crowds, and high-speed chaos. NASCAR had changed. And at the center of it all was one man. By the mid-1980s, Dale Earnhardt was no longer just a champion. He was a presence, a force, a problem no driver could ignore. His driving style became legendary. aggressive, fearless, unapologetic. If there was a gap, he took it. If there wasn't, he made one. And if another driver stood in his way, they didn't stay there for long. That's how the nickname was born, the Intimidator. It wasn't just about how he drove. It was about how he made others feel. You could be leading a race, confident, in control, but the moment you saw that black number 3 car in your mirror, everything changed. Because racing against Dale Earnhardt wasn't just physical. It was psychological. He got inside your head, made you doubt, made you hesitate. And in racing, hesitation is everything. Wins started stacking up. Championships followed. 7 in total, tying the legendary Richard Petty. 76 career victories. But numbers alone couldn't explain his impact. Because Dale wasn't just winning. He was dominating an era. Yet, for all his success, there was one race that refused to bow to him. The Daytona 500, NASCAR's biggest stage, the race every driver dreams of winning. And year after year, it slipped away. It didn't make sense. How could one of the greatest drivers of all time fail to win the biggest race? Crash after crash, close call after close call. The frustration grew. The pressure built. But Dale didn't quit. He never did. Then came 1998. Everything aligned. The focus, the timing, the determination. Lap after lap, Dale Earnhardt stayed locked in. No mistakes. No fear, just control. And then, the checkered flag. He had done it. After 20 attempts, he finally won the Daytona 500. What happened next became one of the most iconic moments in sports history. Every crew member, every team, they lined up along pit road, applauding, respecting, acknowledging something bigger than a win. It wasn't just victory. It was redemption. But even legends don't get to control how their story ends. February 18th, 2001. The Daytona 500 once again. The crowd is electric. The stakes are high. But this time, something feels different. Dale Earnhardt isn't racing for himself. He's racing for his team, for his son, for something bigger. His son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., is in contention. And Dale does something unexpected. He protects, blocks other drivers, holds his line, sacrifices position. It's not about winning anymore. It's about legacy. Then, in a split second, everything changes. A slight contact, a sudden turn, a hard impact into the wall, silence. At first, it doesn't seem real. Crashes happen. Dale has survived worse. But this time, he doesn't get up. When the news spreads that Dale Earnhardt has died, the world stops. Fans cry. Drivers break down. The sport is shaken to its core. He was 49 years old, gone at the very place where he became a legend. But his story doesn't end there, because his impact changed everything. After his death, NASCAR transformed. Safety became a priority like never before. Cars were redesigned, protective systems improved, lives were saved, and beyond safety, there was legacy. Every fearless driver, every aggressive move, every moment of courage on the track carries a piece of him. Because Dale Earnhardt wasn't just a racer. He was a symbol of grit, of determination, of refusing to back down no matter the cost. He wasn't perfect. He wasn't easy. He wasn't soft, but he was real. And in a world built on speed, he became timeless.